You alright? Can you hear me? Yeah. Back then, I only got scraped knees. What do you mean by back then? What about now? Can you get up? What do you mean by back then? What about now? Don't worry about me. Worry about yourself now. I'll try. Oh, it moved. How about that? Take it slow now, little by little. Hello? Hello? I know. Hey, who are you? Hello, hello! You okay? This is a church in the Sector 5 slums. You just fell from above. You really gave me a scare. I came crashing down. The roof in the flower bed must have broken your fall. You're lucky. Flower bed? Is this yours? Sorry about that. That's alright. The flowers here are quite resilient because it's a sacred place. They say grass and flowers won't grow in Midgar. For some reason, they have no trouble blooming here. I love it here. So we meet again. Don't you remember me? I remember. You gave me a flower. You're selling flowers. You're the slum drunk. Wait, I actually kind of wish I said that. Oh, I'm so happy. Thanks for buying my flowers. Say, do you have any materia? Plenty. Yeah, some. Well, okay, I guess some. Nowadays, you can find materia anywhere. Mine is special. It's good for absolutely nothing. Good for nothing? You just don't know how to use it. No, I do. It just doesn't do anything. I feel safe just having it. It was my mother's. Say, I feel like talking. Do you feel up to it? After all, here we are meeting again. Got nothing to talk about. Oh, I see. Wonder whose fault that is. It's not easy to grow them, you know. Poor flowers. Anyway, hello everyone. Welcome back to some Final Fantasy VII, where you can tech fall damage just by aura farming. In the last one, we blew up Sector 5, but got a bit... Or not Sector 5, the Sector 5 reactor. Very big distinction there. But it was a trap to get us lured in by the president of Shinra himself. And in this one, we finally met this flower girl, which is nice. So... Let's actually talk to her real quick. Just a little longer. Oh. Now that you mention it. We don't know each other's names, do we? My name is... Okay. So I know I said I wasn't gonna change anybody's name. But her name is Aerith. And that's not me being, you know... elitist in the sense of like, you know, it's not Aerith or Eris. This is her intended name in Japanese even. It got translated as Eris because there's no TH sound in Japanese, so a lot of times it just gets replaced with the S because it's the closest phonetic formation in your mouth to a th sound is S. Basically, it's the same thing, but your tongue's a bit further back. It's not as close to your teeth. Also, her name is supposed to be sort of like an anagram for Earth, because, you know, themes and such. So we're naming her Aerith. I'm Aerith, the flower girl. Nice to meet you. The name's Cloud. Me, I do a little bit at everything. Oh, a jack of all trades. Yeah, I do whatever's needed. What's so funny? What are you laughing at? Sorry, just... Let's talk to this guy. Cloud, don't let it get to you. And so here's where I have to admit, we got a lot of translation stuff to talk about today. So in Japanese, she uses the verb kamau, which means like, it can mean let something get to you or to like trouble your mind with something. You can think of it as to mind something. So she says, Cloud, don't mind him, is more so what she's supposed to say. But obnoxiously, we can actually walk up to this guy and talk to him, and he says, don't mind me. Which again, he uses the same verb, but because they didn't keep the verb consistent between Aerith and this guy, the snarkiness doesn't quite come off because it doesn't have that mocking undertone of repeating her words. But this just goes back into what I was saying last episode, where a lot of times the translators were just given the lines out of context and not really knowing like where they fit into the story. So it makes sense. So real quick, before we do anything, I did want to point out we do have all of our materia. They went ahead and unequipped all the materia from our party members. And we did get a Titan Bangle from the last fight, so let's go ahead and do that. Also, before we move on, I feel like the obvious joke to make here is like, we fell all the way from the top plate from the Mako reactor, and these tiny flowers saved us. That makes no sense. Neil deGrasse Tyson would be very upset. I feel like I also was kind of going to make that joke, but when taking notes for this game, I kind of realized it's supposed to be thematic. You know, you're in a world of, like, you're living in a city that is just a stationary fortress of pollution and death and deterioration. And the one place where flowers can grow happens to be the place to save you. I think thematically that's actually pretty sick, honestly. Say, Cloud, have you ever been a bodyguard? You can do anything, right? Yeah, that's right. Then get me out of here. Take me home. Okay, but it'll cost you. Okay, then let's see. How about I go out with you once? Cloud? I don't know who you are, bud. You don't know me. I know you. Oh yeah, I know you. That uniform. Hey sis, this one's a little weird. Shut up, Shinra Spy. Reno, want him taken out? I haven't decided yet. Don't fight here, you'll ruin the flowers. Alright. The exit is back there. Or back here? This guy. Something about his posture always like freaked me out. They were Mako eyes. Yeah, alright. Come on, get to work. Oh. Don't step on the flowers. They're ruined! You stepped on them yourself! You're going to catch holy hell. Alright. Oh, right, yeah. So, where to go? As always, be a bit hard to see. Now, actually, before we do anything, you may notice Aerith is a party member, which, I mean, yeah, we could name her, so that makes sense. I definitely recommend giving her materia here. For the love of God, you want to give her some materia here. So, whoops, I keep going to the wrong menus, man. I'm losing my mind. I'll give her restore, and I'll give her ice. Another thing you may notice is on our party menu, she's actually pushed back a bit further. Barrett also is like this a lot of times. So what this means is she is in what is called the back row. If you are in the back row, you will take half damage. However, if you are in the back row, you will also deal half damage from your regular attacks. That said, Aerith is kind of intended to be your healer, at least a magic user at the very least. So I would recommend keeping her in the back row so she takes less damage, because as you can see, she has not a whole lot of health. And just focus on using magic, because again, only physical attacks our close range physical attacks are affected by this. That's why Barret being in the back row is actually quite good, because most of his weapons are ranged. So even though they are physical, they are ranged physical, so they won't be affected. All right, let us mosey on. There they are, over there. Cloud, that one. So, okay, another translation goof. So here she says, Kurado, are. Which, are does literally mean that one. It also can mean like an interjection of, again, kind of like eh. It's a very malleable interjection that can change in a lot of contexts. In this context, it's more like, look, over there, something like that. I know, looks like they aren't going to let us go. What should we do? Well, we can't let them catch us, can we? There's only one thing left to do. Aerith, this way. All right, I'll hold them off. Right, make sure you don't get. Make sure they don't get through. The ancient's getting away. Attack! Iag! Aerith. Think we killed him? They should have never fought us. Cloud, help! Okay, so remember the date mechanic with Barret and Tifa? Let me introduce you to our third and easiest option for the date. So I mentioned before that Barret starts at a 0, and Tifa, I actually never said this, Tifa starts at 30 points. Aerith starts at a whopping 50 points. And we can immediately start messing with those points right here. Damn. What's that? All right, so if you say, hold on a minute, you can actually gain romance points for Aerith. If you tell her to fight them, she will lose a point. However, if you want to go for one of the other characters, you can push a barrel, and maybe we can use this to try and scare off one of these guys. Oh, Cloud, what are you doing? And getting a wrong barrel will cause this to lose. Will cause us to lose 3 points for Aerith. That said, looks like we got the music bug again. How does this keep happening? I have no idea. All right, now the music is properly playing. I got this glitch maybe once or twice in my practice playthrough that I'm currently like 20 hours into. So the fact that it's happened twice in the first 4 episodes is kind of insane. Anyway, what I was saying was if you push the wrong barrel, you will lose 3 points for Aerith each time. Because she's the easiest one to get the final date scene with, in fact, I would say if you don't even try to go for any character, she's probably the one you are almost guaranteed to get. I'm going to go out of my way to lose points with her. But if you want to get the date scene with Aerith and you want to make sure you have as many points with her as possible, here are the order of the barrels you need to push on screen now. Anyway, I think this one's wrong. I think I remember the order, but... Oh, Cloud, what are you doing? It is so funny that she's like... Cloud's like, yeah, I'm a jack of all trades. And she's like, can you be my bodyguard? Huh, yeah. And then all you do is fuck up over and over for like an entire day. It's great. Anyway, thankfully, because we put ice on Aerith, we're sitting pretty here. Maybe fire would be a better one to put on her. I don't think it really matters, though. I mean, we're using ice and it's one-shotting guys. It's getting the job done. I'm overthinking it. I also did consider actually switching out the Titan Bangle on Cloud for Aerith, but I decided to just keep it on Cloud. I like making the party lead be the most overpowered character typically, so it is what it is. Alright, hold on a minute. If I can just push over this barrel, I can save you, Aerith. Damn! So funny. It's fine, it's fine. Aerith, you'll be okay. Your ice spell does so much damage. And these guys do very little damage. I believe in you, girly. I believe in you, girly pop. Okay, ow, rude. Please stop, please stop. Here we go, finish him off, girly. Thank you. Scooby-doo-doo-doo-doopy-doo. Aerith really does have, like, such a peak design, though. I like the crop jacket over the dress. I just think it's a really, really nice contrast. And yeah, there are enemies for Cloud to fight as well. Thankfully, yeah, since we have Bolt on all, we'll be good. Well, okay, you know what? Maybe Ice was the better choice, because if these guys are using fire, they're probably resistant to it. Damn, 60 experience. Would you look at that? By the way, I want you all to know, I had to refight the, that last boss to get back here. Aerith, this way. And I got really bad luck on it where he was never turning his back on the character I was trying to attack with. And it took so long that the boss ran out of ammo. I didn't know that could happen. I've never seen that happen. The boss took so long, he ran out of ammo and could not attack me anymore. Or he couldn't use his heavy attacks on me anymore. They're looking for me again. You mean it's not the first time they've been after you? No. They're the Turks. The Turks are a Shinra organization. They scout for possible candidates for soldier. This violently? I thought they were kidnapping someone. They're also involved in a lot of other dirty stuff on the side. Spying, murder, you know. They look like it. Why are they after you? There must be a reason, right? No, not really. I think they believe I have what it takes to be a soldier. Maybe you do. You want to join? I don't know, but I don't want to get caught by those people. Then let's go. She looks like a soldier. Big buff arms. Wait, I said! Wait! I love how she has to do her, like, wind-up hops. Child who just learned how to walk playing hopscotch for the first time. Slow down, don't leave me. Funny, I thought you were cut out to be in soldier. Oh, you're terrible. Hey, Cloud, were you ever in soldier? I used to be. How'd you guess? Your eyes, they have that strange glow. It's the sign of those who've been infused with Mako, a mark of soldier. How'd you know about that? Oh, it's nothing. Nothing? Right, nothing. Come on, let's go, bodyguard. You can call me Al? Whee! Just her having to do the wind-up jump every time. To be fair, in that dress, it must be hard to get around. Finally made it off. Now what? My house is over here. Hurry before they come. We actually can go back to the church right now. And a very weird thing happens if we do. For like a single frame, Aerith spawns there. I don't know quite what's happening there. I'm assuming maybe it's just like they're loading in the script for Aerith when you first spawn here, and then the game goes, wait, whoops, that's already happened before, so delete her from this instance now. But yeah, if we come here, it's these two kids. We're taking care of the flowers for the lady here. Is that okay? I don't mind. Take good care of them. Yeah, sure. They're pretty. I'm gonna water them later. Wow. Cute little thing. Alright, what else do we got? Well, we can save first and foremost. And is this where we go? Oh, this is. Yeah. Sorry, I always get confused. I always think this area is much smaller than it actually is. Oh, look at these freaks. These freaks of nature. I feel like these guys might actually be weak to Bolt, maybe. No, I'm thinking of a different game. In this game, I feel like it's usually fish-like characters. But I want to say Final Fantasy IX, Ice is typically good against, like, bug enemies. I could be wrong, though. Yeah, go and get another Braver out. Like I said, you want to use your limit breaks as much as possible. Huh? Who the hell are you? Who do you think you're talking to? Aw, what a drag. You want to go to the store in Sector 6 again? Alright, so we can't go that way quite yet. The guy in the pipe's a weird one. No matter what you ask him, he only answers an or You ever hear of Wall Market? Nope. It's a market in the slums of Sector 6. They've got everything you could ever want there. If you can get there, that is. The road's something else. This guy is sick. And here is one of the most notorious lines in the original game. In the original game, it says, "This guy are sick." Just to kind of show how bad the deadlines for that translation were. I really not much to say about that. They fixed it. You know, they said this guy are sick. Now it's this guy is sick. But I figured if I was talking about translation throughout the series, that's one people would give me sass if I skipped over. But look, they fixed it. They fixed it in this version. Wow. He passed out nearby and someone must have helped him here. Oh. This is the one. Won't you help him? Listen, I'm no doctor. No, I guess not. Hey, that man has a tattoo. I think it's the number 2. Oh. Alright, this always bothered me because, like, you see this guy exit from here and you're like, oh, surely I can walk up there. Nope. Out of the way, move. You want something? Move into the store. Doggy. Ruff, ruff. Hello? You want weapons? That's too damn bad. I ain't got no weapons to sell you. And the reason is, the weapon store's over that way. Nope, that's not who I'm trying to talk to. I want to talk to the funny kid. Toot toot, next stop, Midgar. Midgar. Any passengers getting off at Midgar should please ring. You know, Midgar's supposed to be sparkly and springy and sleeky. Oh yeah, someday I'm going there. Taking care of yourself is the law of the slums, but to do that first you need weapons, right? So in this shop, you can get a Titan Bangle. I recommend waiting. We can get something a little better and not too, like if we just wait a bit longer. And it, at that point, is just going to be kind of a waste of money. So if you want my honest opinion, I would skip out on the Titan Bangle for now. We won't be getting into that many fights anyway. And now for the news. A terrorist attack by the group called Avalanche has parts of Midgar are temporarily out of power, but they will be restored momentarily. Following President Shinra's address, Mayor Domino also spoke out today against Avalanche. Everything President Shinra? Everything President Shinra says is a lie, but you can't trust that Avalanche or whatever you call them. You can bat it around all you like, but it comes down to wanting to live like people up there. So who do I believe in? Myself, me. I never lie to myself, that's for sure. I don't know, man, I did it for about 18 years. Alright, so if we come upstairs to this room, Turtle Paradise news number 1. For delicious wine with a nice zing to it, stop by the Turtle's Paradise. This is actually a side quest line that will give us some rewards much later in the game. There are 6 of these Turtle Paradise posters. 2 of them are in Midgar alone. And I plan on getting all of these. They are very easy to miss. I didn't even know they existed until my last playthrough. So, keep an eye out for those, because some of them are missable. Glug glug, no one will find it. Top drawer and the bottom one. Open the top drawer, bottom drawer, the hidden drawer between them. So, this kid has 5 gil in the drawer. You can take it. which is just evil. First of all, like, come on, it's 5 gil. You get more than that every time you fight enemies. Like, just let the kid have some money. But believe it or not, if you don't take it, you could actually come back and get an item as a reward, which is really funny. What am I doing? I'm walking around looking at the ground. You find a lot of things people dropped when you look down. Never find them when you're looking up, right? Yep, that's the reason my eyes never leave my feet. We only trade items for gil here. What do you have? Some decent items. Potions, Phoenix down, Antidote. Antidote could... I'll go ahead and buy 3 antidotes. That's fine. I do overall want to save as much money as I can, but you never know. I don't care if it's scrap metal or materia. We can get anything here in the slums. Got a lot of good materia here, so why don't you look it over? All right, and yeah, he just has all the materia that, you know, we've seen before. I'm not gonna worry about getting any of those. Eventually, having repeat materia will be useful, but again, I think I would rather save for the better armor we're going to get, and not too long. Anyway, if you press select here, this beam of light here is in fact an area we can go into. I was so lost here the first time I played this game because I could not see that for the life of me. It drove me nuts. Anyway, now before we enter Aerith's house, we do got a couple of items here, and one of them is one of my favorite items in the game. So we get an ether over here, but more importantly is this red materia, the cover materia. I love this materia so much. So basically, if you equip it on an enemy, or not on an enemy, if you equip it on an ally, it has a chance of making that ally protect whoever is getting attacked. So for instance, we put it on Cloud. He now has a 20% chance to block an attack that is going towards Aerith, making him take the damage instead. Which is better because he does have a good bit more health, like, you know, about 150% of what Aerith's health is. And it also increases your vitality by 1. So this is also a good materia to give to whoever you want to be your tanky character. So I particularly like to put this on Tifa. Now, as for leveling up the materia, every level gives you an extra 20% chance to cover a party member. This is also particularly useful for grinding limit breaks. As you know, limit breaks are built up on being attacked and taking damage. So if you're covering more damage than your other party members, they will get their limit breaks faster. This does come at the cost of the other party members not getting their limit breaks as much. So if you're ever trying to grind limit breaks out, we have yet to see why using them a lot is good. But just trust me, you do want to do that. And this materia is perfect for doing that. That materia is also instrumental in one of my favorite late game strats that just make one of the characters absolutely busted. I'm home, Mom. This is Cloud, my bodyguard. Bodyguard, you were followed again? Are you all right? You're not hurt, are you? I'm all right. I have Cloud with me. Thank you, Cloud. So what are you going to do now? Is Sector 7 far from here? I want to go to Tifa's bar. Is Tifa a girl? Yeah. A girlfriend? That's right. Oh, how nice. Well, that's nice. Let's see, Sector 7. I'll show you the way. You gotta be kidding. Why do you want to put yourself in danger again? I'm used to it. Used to it? I don't know. Getting help from a girl. Cloud! A girl? What do you mean by that? You expect me to just sit by quietly after hearing you say something like that? Mom, I'm taking Cloud to Sector 7. I'll be back in a while. But dear, I give up. You never listen once you've made up your mind. But if you must go, why don't you go tomorrow? It's getting late now. Yeah, you're right. Aerith, please go make the bed. That glow in your eyes, you're from Soldier, right? Yeah, or I used to be. I don't know how to say this, but could you please leave her tonight can you please leave here tonight without telling Aerith? Soldier, the last thing Aerith needs is to get hurt again. We got some flowers here. We got some stargazer lilies. This looks like a type of orchid. I don't know what this also looks like. It could be some type of either spider lily or orchid. Hard to say. I always thought these yellow flowers were daffodils, but in the remake and other media, just the remakes the first time I saw it, these are actually yellow lilies, which have some thematic importance that I won't go too into yet, but I don't know if you could pick up on this, but Aerith and flowers are a bit important of a relationship in this game's story. You need to go through Sector 6 to get to Sector 7. Sector 6 is a little dangerous, so you better get some rest tonight. Cloud, good night. Oh, man. Seem pretty tired. Haven't slept in a bed like this for a long time. Oh, yeah. Ever since then. My, how you've grown. I bet all the girls never leave you alone. Not really. I'm worried about you. There's a lot of temptations in the city. I feel a lot better if you just settle down with a nice girlfriend. I'm alright. You should have an older girlfriend. One that'll take care of you. I think that would be best for you. Not interested. I like men! Must have fallen asleep. Alright. Sector 7's past Sector 6. Should be alright by myself. But first, let's grab these potions and a phoenix down. Very nice. Now, if you run outside here, Aerith will hear you. Cloud, I thought the Turks came back. Get some rest. So if you're playing on a modern version of this game, you might be used to using the control stick. Using the control stick will make it to where you always run, so you have to use the D-pad here to sneak by. You also gotta stay away from Aerith's door, otherwise, you could actually just walk right in. I thought the Turks came back. Get some rest. You must sneak out of past Aerith's room. Knock, knock. Hey, Aerith. Can't get caught this time. So let's just stay as close to the rail as possible. And it's as simple as that. Is Aerith's mom down here? Where is Aerith's mom, actually? There was no room for her to be in. Is she in the flowers? No. Strange. Okay, well, let us continue on then. No, I don't want to save. Thank you. There's nothing new for us to check out here, really, so let us just continue on toward Sector 6. Ah. You're up bright and early. Couldn't ask you to go. I knew it'd be dangerous. Are you done? You have to go through the slum in Sector 6 to get to Tifa's 7th heaven. I'll take you there. Come on. Oh, Aerith. Just a little troublemaker, is she? Oh boy, this room is funny. A bit notorious as people not knowing where the hell to go. So this always looks like it's a bridge attached to this plateau and the one above us. Nope, it's a ramp from right there. That drove me absolutely nuts. All right, and then we got this enemy. This enemy is quite quirky. The Hell House is, looks scarier than it is. Once you deal a certain amount of damage, it'll explode, doing a decent amount of damage to your, party members. Which I think, yeah, suicide drop, there we go. And then it looks really freaking scary! Yeah, I say a decent amount of damage, and it only did 8 damage to one of us. Definitely an enemy that looks scarier than it actually is. So I wouldn't get too concerned about it. And he's definitely the scariest enemy in this region even, so... Or area. Okay, never mind. His physical attack does a little bit of damage, actually. Oh my god, that actually does a lot of— Stop! Leave him alone! He's just a boy! We're just men. We're just innocent men. Gracious me, man. Never mind. And that's with our Titan Bangle, too. Jesus. Alright. 44 XP. It could be better. And like that, we're already through this area. The gate to Sector 7's in there. Thanks. Guess this is goodbye. You gonna be alright going home? Oh no, whatever will I do? Isn't that what you want me to say? I'll just go on to Sector 7. I could do that, but I won't be in your way. What do you mean by in the way? Nothing. I won't be in your way, will I? Question mark. Sorry, I misread that. Can we take a break? Alright. Where at? Aerith, please. Can't believe it's still here. Cloud over here. Alright. We'll humor ya. What rank were you? Rank? You know, in soldier. Oh, I was first class. Just the same as him. Same as who? My first boyfriend. Were you serious? No, but I liked him for a while. Interesting translation once again. In the Japanese, Aerith actually says that they never dated. Instead of boyfriend, she says the first guy I ever liked or had a crush on. And then instead of asking, were you two serious, Cloud simply asks, did you two date? And she says, no. But that said, they did very heavily lean into the romantic side of Aerith's past in some of the spin-off media. So I assume by now, her, the guy she's talking about actually being her boyfriend kind of became canon over time. But yeah, in the Japanese, she actually says that they never dated, which I always thought was super interesting. I probably knew him. What was his name? Doesn't really matter. A chocobo! Huh? Hey, back there. Tifa? Very low poly? That girl in the cart was Tifa. Where was she going? She looked kind of odd. Wait. I'll go on alone. You go home. Well, I guess we gotta follow after her. As if we weren't going to follow her this way anyway, but, you know. Alright, and here it is. Wall Market, baby! This place is scary in a lot of ways, especially for a girl, so we've got to find Tifa fast. Alright, and welcome to Wall Market, one of the most iconic areas, and not just Final Fantasy VII, and not just the series as a whole, honestly, maybe even just in JRPGs in general. And we're going to explore that formally next time. So, yeah, thanks for stopping by today's video. In the next one, we will explore Wall Market and figure out what's going on with Tifa. So, thanks again for watching, and I'll see y'all in the next one.